Love ya, girl. You're amazing and so talented. Two hearts, smiling face with hearts, smiling face with hearts.
Hey, we're officially live. Hi, McQuacken. Hello, hello. So you're saying that you're in the hospital. Oh my gosh. Oh no. Is everything okay? Jeez. Girl, I worry about ya. Hello though. I'm so excited to see that you're here. I imagine. Oh my gosh, hi. It's Rain. I imagine that the hospital Wi-Fi is it's probably pretty laggy. So you might hear some like strange ominous sounds in the background. If my mic doesn't get rid of all of them, because my window is open because my workshop smells like chemicals tonight. It's very strong. Actually, it's much less strong now than it was a few hours ago, but oh my gosh, it's hard. It was hard to breathe in here, so I had to open a window. So you might hear some strange noises. Oh, I went into diabetic ketoacidosis. And yeah, it's pretty laggy, but hopefully it lets me just hear you decently. Oh man. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Wow. That's really terrible. I'm sorry to hear that you're back in the hospital. That's, jeez. So does that happen when your blood sugar plummets and it's just, is that what ketoacidosis is? Isn't that when, is that basically like, I mean, it can't be like ketosis because it sounds like it's actually like something that's bad. Of course, it would be because you're in the hospital. I'm curious to know how that, like, what that is. I went into diabetic ketoacidosis. That's terrible. Oh my gosh. I hope that they can get that fixed up really quick for you so that you can rest up at home and eat. Girl, just take good care of yourself. I worry about you. Yeah, I get sick a lot. It happens when my blood sugars stay high and cause ketones to appear. Oh my gosh. That's insane. That's terrible. That sounds like it's really hard to regulate. You know? Like, it sounds like it's really like a science that you have to regulate. And also, it's like you never really know exactly what's in foods and the things that you ingest too. It makes things so much more difficult to track and make sure that you're, getting a diet that can work with your with your body, because like I feel like if you go out to eat or if you like buy food, sometimes they kind of lack transparency with like what's in foods. I imagine people who have a lot of different allergies also having to tiptoe around that kind of stuff struggle and have a pretty hard time with things like that, because I feel like things are not as regulated as they probably should be. Okay, let's see. I've been here since yesterday. Wow. I've been here since yesterday, but I'm a lot better now, so maybe 1 or 2 more days and I'll be discharged. Oh, that's good to hear. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you've been in there for a few days. What? Oh my gosh. And you don't have your charger with you and everything. Hey, I mean, maybe, like, I'm not gonna make you waste up all your battery. Just make sure you have, like, emergency contact stuff, you know? I don't want you to like waste up your battery on a stream. I know that you're more responsible than that. I just worry about things like, you know. But I really appreciate that you're here. I really, really do appreciate it, and I hope that I can provide a nice space where we can talk about these sorts of things, and a place where we can kind of relax and get our minds off of the stresses of everyday life as we know it. So, I have like pretty good positive news, but I'm nervous and I'm stressed out, because there's so many different things that are going on right now in my household between my husband and I. There's just so many different things that we're working on and that we're doing. There's the Decky's delicious bread. You always provide a safe space. Yay! It's all the time. My gosh, that's insane. But Rin, I saw Rin was here. Hello, I wanted to say hello, Rin, and I hope that you're well. Awesome. Well, it's good to see that you guys are here. I'm gonna go ahead and get the cam started so that we can start on the palette stuff. I'm like, it's been a week, and it's like I forget how to do this stuff. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Yeah, so basically, alright, so my palette looks terrible tonight. Because it's the black palette, it's the latex palette, but I can't get all these little specks off. I've tried, like, okay, so I guess I can rub at that and it's kind of coming off. But, like, I've been using towels and I've been really, really trying to clean it. And I think that there's, like, something that they make that's, like, almost like putty that you can use, that you can, like, stamp on things and pull it off. And it should, like stick and then pull things off of surfaces. And I'm really thinking about using something like that in order to get get it cleaned up, because the palettes are surprisingly actually really difficult to clean. I got them for the intention that they would actually be easier to clean, but they are in fact not that, so unfortunately we have to deal with a dirty looking palette. It's crazy looking. Yeah. I'm okay, just mentally and emotionally exhausted. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, Lemon Fluff. Hello. Oh my gosh, Lemon Fluff bought a pin and she left a really nice 5-star review today. Thank you so much for doing that. It means a lot to me. I saw it come through. I'm just mentally and emotionally exhausted, Rin says. She also says, I'm glad I'm able to join a stream. I've missed the last few. Oh, you're probably dealing with a lot of stuff right now, huh? I imagine life's probably pretty stressful. I know it is for me right now. It's definitely pretty stressful for me. In fact, it's to the point where, like, tomorrow I have to postpone the stream I am not streaming tomorrow because the next morning, I have to be ready and get everything packed and ready because I'm going to go to my first vending event that I've ever been to. I've never had a booth somewhere, but I will tomorrow. So it's going to be the first. All right. Let's see. I understand that's how it is. I hope you feel better soon. I totally love it. Yay! Lemon fluff. That makes me so happy. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, take your time, no worries. Well, remember I told you my sis... Oh my gosh! Remember I told you my sis had a heart attack? Yes, I've actually been, like, concerned about that. Nice, come to MamaCon! That would be really cool. That would be cool. That's in California? Where's that at? That would be something, so, yeah, my very first event. It's at a pretty modest place. I gotta start small, you know. I've never done this before, so I'm just kind of learning and navigating my way through these things. I just got my first, like booth equipment ever, and it's pretty small, it's pretty modest. I don't have a banner, I don't have, like, I haven't invested in anything crazy yet, but I am working on some things. I do have some things in my workspace over here that I'll just go ahead and show ya. I've got some things in my workspace that I am currently working on. That these little wood slices, they're ornaments. They're not done yet. I need to make the borders on them. And then also I'm working on these little guys. They're bracelets. There's one, there's two. And then these are wooden wall art prints, and I do want to add some pretty cool holographic effects before I add another layer of resin. So that's gonna be pretty fun. That's just some of the stuff, but it's not really everything. So that's just some of the things right now. And I'm just like really nervous and really excited, and just a mixture of just like I can't contain myself. I had all this confidence, and now I'm just really nervous. I don't know why. I'm so nervous. I've never done it before. I'm being awesome works. Thank you. My mom had one a few days ago also. She's okay and stable, but it's just exhausting to work and go see her 2 towns over every day. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that. A few days ago, your mom had one too? Oh no. Ren, I'm so sorry to hear that. Dude, that's insane. Your family's really going through a lot right now, huh? Wow. I'm so sorry to hear about that. My condolences, Ren. You're a saint going over there to see your mom every single day. In the next town over, driving hours just to see your mom every day. I'm glad that she's stable. I'm really hoping that things turn around and that this year can just only gets better, because that's just, wow, that's heavy stuff. You guys, oh my gosh, everyone's going through so much. It's crazy. Yeah. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with. I'm hoping that things improve, though. Hopefully she gets sent home and is in better condition, and that they can do something for her. Yeah, man, you're going through a lot right now. Jeez. Well, alright, yep, 2022 is giving me a run for my money already. Yeah, that's no good. No good. I'm really hoping that it turns around. I have a feeling that this year will turn around, but I'm also quite nervous. But yeah, that's a very poor start to the year. That's not good. Yeah, I'm hoping that things turn around this year for everybody. I know that that's not a good start to the year, though, so it doesn't sound too promising. Yeah, it's terrible. She's supposed to go home tomorrow, but it's going to be a ton of meds and doctor's appointments. Oh my gosh. Well, it's good that they're diligent about that because, you know, that's not something to mess around with. Like, the heart is arguably the most important organ, considering. And, geez, I mean, yeah, that all sounds really like a lot of stress, Rin. I completely understand that you've been really busy. That is a lot to go through. When your family is, I mean, and I'm just thinking, like, when it rains, it pours, doesn't it? Isn't that always how it goes? Like, when something bad happens, it all just kind of happens at once, right? It all just kind of comes at the same time. And there's nothing you can do about it, it feels like. There's just, you kind of all, you gotta rip the bandage off and it just all happens at once. And I'm really hoping, I'm really praying that everything improves from here, because it can. It definitely can. But yeah, right now that sounds really, really awful. Yeah, my husband and I, we are pretty stressed out ourselves over, like, other things. We've just got a lot of things going on our plate, and, you know, there's just family matters, stuff to do with, like, her daughter and, like, the dentist. She's got, like, a cavity and we're worried about her, and it doesn't even seem like a lot, but it's just like it's bugging her. She's got a little infection. I'm worried about her. And then also I had something happen to this is probably gonna freak you guys out a little bit, maybe. But it's not as big. It's not as big as what you guys are going through. Not even close. But my birds. It breaks my heart that this happened. Pecco's okay, but Brewster, my Indian ringneck, bit Pecco on the neck a few days ago. Bit him on the neck. Could have killed him. And I've been keeping them completely separated for the past 3 days, but he bit him around the neck. And I saw his neck, I thought he was going to die. I was mortified. Like, I was crying and I couldn't sleep. I was freaking out. But the bird, he's a freaking champ, dude. Like, I can't even, gosh, get emotional. I know he is a bird, but oh my god, he's like my feather child. Okay, so he kind of acted like it wasn't really a big deal. So I heard something happen, like an event. My husband was talking to me, and like he was talking about something, and I was listening to him. And then from the other room, from the bird's room, I hear them like both of them just squawking and beeping really loud and flapping their wings. And I'm thinking, the boys, what are they doing now? What are they squabbling over? And so I come over, and they were really, really calling for me. And I was like, looking at them, and they looked fine to me. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. I didn't even see any blood, nothing. So I go to check on them, and I don't really see anything wrong. So I'm like, okay, boys, then I'll come hang out with you in a little bit. I have to go work on the hydroponic system. We just set up a hydroponic system, so I went into the garage where we had it set up, and then I got the seeds and everything in the pods, whatever. And then I came back out, so I came to hang out with them, and I sit in there. And Pecco, he comes over immediately. He always does. That was not out of the ordinary. He flies onto me. And then he starts preening. Okay, and then when he starts preening, he turns around and exposes his neck. And his neck looks horrifying. Horrifying. I'd never seen him with, it looked like fresh internal bleeding. It looked like a really, really dark red, or a fresh bright red, and it was bruised all over his neck. It looked so scary. Yeah, so I panicked, and I was like, what happened to you? And I look at his neck, and I put two and two together. I know what happened. Brewster bit Pecco on the neck. I was terrified that would ever happen, but they had been housed together for 3 years, and that had never been a problem. However, I also learned that this is Indian ringneck breeding season, and they start to behave kind of strange this time of year. And I'm realizing that has to be connected, the hormones and everything like that. So I'm just like, well, shoot. So it's a good thing I have an abundance of cages. I have 1 million different cages in the house. No problem, right? Those birds are pretty much inseparable, but I'm forcing it this time. They cannot be together right now. I've made it so that they can be in the same room. For a while I had them separated rooms, but both of them were freaking out. Even Pecco, the one who got bit, even he wants to still be near Brewster, even though he knows that Brewster bit him, and he won't go anywhere near him right now, I'll tell you that. He would definitely keep his distance, but he still wants to, see him, and he still communicates with him and stuff. But Brewster, I can't have that happen again. He could have killed Pecco. He really could have. And that would just be absolutely mortifying. So Pecco, fortunately, he he behaves like he's really not hurt somehow. Wait, what happened? I just got back. What did I miss? Robo Beep Sunlight. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, how long have I been talking Robo Beeps? Can you guys hear me? Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so let me know when you can hear me again. Because I actually don't even know. But I guess I'll find out when, only lasts a minute. Okay, so it's, okay, good. I didn't know if it was over yet. Okay, good. Alright, so basically, Pecco. Nothing internal was damaged. He was okay. He is okay. He's just very, very bruised around the neck. And we've also reached a point where he's super smart. I check up on him, and frequently, and I'm just like, he's so smart. I ask him, can I see your neck? And he shows me. He bends down and he shows me, and he gets different angles and he moves around. He knows. He's too freaking smart. This little chicken nugget has a galaxy brain. Like, he's so smart. So I'll tell him, like, can I see your neck? And he learned what that means because I showed him what the neck is, and I told him the word neck. And now when I ask him to see his neck, he like bends himself so that I can get a good look at it. So he's letting me look at his wounds, and over the past few days it has been improving, like drastically. His bruising went from like a bright red down to a really dark red, then down to like black looking and purple, and then now it's starting to turn green, which I think is like the healing, like one of the healing colors of bruising. So he had some nasty bruise around his neck, but it is a miracle that he's okay. And he's improving, and he's eating and drinking and still plays and everything, but I have to be real careful with him. That's all. He's still pretty playful. I thought my phone was dying. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. With the robo beeps. Oh, robo beep sunlight. Yeah, that's always funny, huh? Oh, my gosh. But yeah, I mean, so that's the story of what happened to Pecco, and now I gotta keep Pecco and Brewster separated, and so we've kind of decided that, for the time being, I have him in a separate cage, which is next to their large coop, which I thought it wouldn't ever be an issue space-wise because they have so much space to be away from each other. I know, it is crazy. The insane thing is that they have like 6 different feeding stations in there. They have 2 different water stations in there. They have multiple points where they can get treats. They have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 cages in there. They have several perches, and they have like several hanging swings. So it's not like they don't have a lot of room and that they are like, they don't have a reason to be territorial. I'm telling you, there's so much space in there that they shouldn't be. But Brewster, he sometimes does get like territorial and really selfish with Pecco. In fact, sometimes he's a little bit of a brute, and he'll try to scare him away from like whatever he's eating just so that he can have like the dish that he's picking at or whatever. It's kind of annoying to me. And Brewster just does that, and Pecco just kind of accepts it as like that's just a fact of life. I don't like that relationship that they have. Like, I don't, like, Pecco acts like it's kind of, like, no problem to him, but, I'm bothered by it, and he does have the option to come out to me and spend time with me, but Brewster gets extremely attached and frustrated, and wants to be a part of whatever Pecco's doing and wants to follow Pecco around. But I think Pecco needs space, and that's just made obvious with what happened. Because that's just, it's awful. It makes me sad hearing about birds, especially because my bird passed away. It's terrible. It's so awful losing a pet, especially birds. They're so freaking smart. Yeah. I grew up with a lot of birds, and it's devastating when they pass away. It really is. They're so smart, and they're so awesome. So I need to like fix these trees up, and I need to start kind of adding a little bit of atmosphere perspective, hence the name of the stream today. So I'm kind of like adding some things to make it look like there is perspective. And to do that, you kind of have to lower the contrast and make things kind of as a tint. So tinting things kind of helps to make things look like they're further away. Yeah, so I'm working on that tonight. But yes, it's terrible. It's really sad. Like, yeah, I'm sorry about your bird. I remember that whole thing. It's really sad. Yeah. Especially since you were kind of at that point too with your bird where it was like you were getting to know them and they were getting to, you know, like actually like bond with you at that time, and it's just devastating. It's really sad. Pecco though, I'm so thankful he's okay. Like literally anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. I mean, the last bird I had, the white-winged parakeet, passed away at the start of the week. Oh, you mean oh, what? This week? At the beginning of the week, oh no, your white-winged parakeet, that's terrible. How? Do you know what happened? Birds are kind of difficult and finicky. I think under the right conditions, they can really thrive, but a lot of things can kill them. A lot of different things can actually harm them or kill them, and it's sometimes difficult to pinpoint what would be the cause. And yeah, I mean, that's terrible. I had no idea. My condolences, Panda. You're going through a lot yourself, my gosh. I'm really fortunate. Honestly, I'm so fortunate that Pecco's okay. I'm just having to figure something out because now they're in separate cages. And Brewster's got the big cage because he's the giant bird. And Brewster's got that big cage, and Pecco is in like a separate cage, but it's still my second biggest cage. But he doesn't want to stay in there forever, but he knows why he's in there. And he understands, which is good. And Brewster also understands. But Brewster, I just don't really trust him right now. No idea. He was his normal self at the start of the day, and when I checked on him later that day, he was dead. Oh my god. That's horrible. I have literal nightmares about that kind of thing happening with Pecco or Brewster. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear about that. I had no idea. It's really awful. I'm really hoping that things turn around for all of us. You guys are really going through a serious time right now. As for me, like, I'm just preparing for my first show. So I'm not going through, like, I'm going through that with Pecco. I'm going through that whole thing with Pecco. But I'm not really, like, going through anything crazy or major. Just really stressed out. My husband is also getting his real estate license, and we're like extremely excited because we're going to be like working on some really cool projects and stuff. Or he's going to be working with some old coworkers to kind of build up a company, and so it'll be his first time doing that kind of stuff, and this is my first time going to like in-person shows, and so I'm just like extremely nervous. And yeah, I mean, and then we have to fix up like a whole bunch of like destroyed and leaky things in our house right now. We've got like a washing machine with a drip, and it fills up. And then we've also got this toilet that we have to replace because it's also dripping. which is like really annoying. But that stuff is pretty small potatoes. We have to just replace things. And, you know, it's just annoying stuff that happens, I guess. Is what that is. But, yeah, holy crap. We're not going through anything that major. We're really not. You guys are going through some seriously major stuff right now. Where is your booth going to be? MamaCon is in Georgia. Oh, wow. That's pretty far. I didn't know that. So, I'm going to be in Arizona. I'm actually going to be at the Arrowhead Mall. Kind of right between the amphitheater and the AMC theater. So there's like this section, this walkway where you get into the mall through that direction. And they host an event there called Hello Handmade. And they do it, I think, like every month, if I'm not mistaken. They host one on Saturday. There are some that are like 2 times in a month. I don't really remember their exact schedule. But I have a very modest booth. I don't have any like real banners. I printed out my stuff. I just saw some people at the last Hello Handmade that were doing things that I kind of want to do. It goes from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. So I'm going to be there for 5 hours. It'll be kind of like a shift, you know, just a really short shift. And I'll just be standing there selling my artwork. I don't really know what to expect. I'm excited though. Holy cow, that would be a trip. Yes, it would be. I don't really know that I can really travel. There's a lot of stuff going on, so much I can't pinpoint anything, but I agree. I hope things will get better for everyone, and I hope everything goes well at the show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really hope that everything goes well for everyone. Right now, things are looking pretty scary. Admittedly. For a lot of folks. But I'm just hoping that this year will end up better. I have high hopes for this year. I actually really do. But things are still jacked up from the pandemic. And, you know, that's kind of frustrating in of itself, isn't it? I mean, like for instance, my daughter got a prescription for some antibiotics. And, my husband has been struggling to be able to even fill the prescription because the pharmacies are like all shut down and there's like nobody around. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing that was happening. I didn't even really notice or really realize that was even something that was going on. Which is kind of freaky. Like, I don't know. It's really bugging me though. Especially since we needed that prescription. He finally got it, but it took him a few attempts. Yeah, just terrible. My poor daughter's got her tooth she needs taken care of, and we just have to worry about that, and then it should be good. Hopefully, Paco's healing, so that's important, right? Yeah, I hope your show goes well. Maybe you can go to a small con by where you live. I know your stuff would sell well. Thank you so much, Rin. I'm headed to bed, guys. I hope you have a wonderful time zone. And if you're sick or down, I hope you feel better. Remember, you are loved. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so wholesome. Panda, please take care of yourself. I'm worried about you, and you just just, oh my gosh, so many things keep happening to you, and I'm just thrown for a loop every single time. I think everything's gonna be fine. I'm just like, you know, I just assume people are doing okay, and then I hear about that kind of stuff, and dude, it's jarring. It's jarring. I'm so sorry that things aren't going well right now. I just, oh, poor girl. Get better. Get well. Rest up. Get sent home in good condition. Take very good care of yourself. I worry. Please. Have a super good night. Have a super good time zone, Panda. I adore you. I love you. Yeah. As for cons, it would be really, really cool to do a con. Like, oh my gosh, it would be. I'll be fine. I'm a trooper. Yes, you are. Oh my gosh. I'll get better. Don't worry. You take care of yourself as well. Why, thank you. Yeah, we'll be good. You most certainly are. You go through a lot. Oh my gosh. Like, I only hear about it like because like it's as if it's not an emergency. It's just this stuff happens to you so much. It's insane. Alright, yeah, rest up. I adore you. Get some good rest. Oh wow. Yeah. It would be really cool. It'd be really cool to someday go to a convention. I have never yet been to one. It would be really neat to go to one. I've never been to one even as like a guest, like, you know, just walking around and stuff. Like, I just haven't done that before. Which I know that sounds crazy. But, you know, I don't know, like, I almost went to one with some of my friends, but I got really nervous and I chickened out. Like, as, you know, as someone walking around just going to a convention. It was like an anime convention that I was going to go to, and, I don't know, I guess I had one of those, like, anxiety attacks where it's just, like, the world is spinning and you just can't. And I was younger, too. Like, I didn't really have a whole lot of experience with stuff and things. So I got nervous by things really, really easily, and I did chicken out of a lot of things. Back in the day, honestly, I'm, like, kind of a pansy when it comes to stuff. But, you know, I definitely have improved over the years with customer service experience. Honestly, that has been a huge, huge game changer for me when it comes to being able to do stuff like this, and go to like events and things like that. Yeah, just a huge game changer. It really has been. Alright, they're fun but tiring. I'm going to a super small one next month. I need to get my cosplay ready. Ooh, what's your cosplay gonna be? That's exciting. Going to a small one next month. That sounds really cool. Yeah, for me, I've never done that before, but I have a few friends who are artists who have gone to conventions, and yeah, I mean, some of them have been to some pretty big conventions too, and so like I feel like they would be very extremely helpful for me to learn from. There are a lot of people out there that I think would be really good to learn from. If I don't say so myself, it would be good. Learn from those artist friends of mine. Yeah. And there are people out there that I know that are doing the things that I want to do in life. So I definitely feel like I have a ways to go, but there's a lot there's a lot I can learn from these people. It'll be great. I have these inner voices that always tell me that I can't do it, that I'm not good enough. But I'm just like, why though? Why? Like, realistically, why am I not good enough? Why can't I? So I try to shut those voices up inside my head that tell me I can't. Because I don't know. I don't know yet unless I try, right? I'm doing... Am I... Nazami Tojo from Love Live? Is that what that is? MomoCon is the biggest con I've been to. Wow. I've heard the name before. And same. Yeah. Oh yeah, that voice, that awful, that inner monologue that it says mean things. It says things like you're not going to be good enough and like things are going to go wrong and things are going to become disappointing if you try to do this. And the fear of potential rejection or just things just kind of just going wrong, like things that make you look bad and stuff like that. God, it's so heavy in my mind right now. I have moments where I'm like, this is going to be amazing. This is going to be great. People are going to really support me. But then I have other moments that are really, really trying to muscle over those happy thoughts. And these thoughts say things like, you're going to try to set up and everything's just going to fall apart in the wind. And people are going to laugh at you. And you're going to be doing something wrong somehow, and then you're going to get kicked out because you've never done this before. And they're not going to like you. Or you're going to be selling at this thing, at this vending thing, and then like something's just going to go wrong and like you're not listing your things right or you're not doing your things right or whatever. And then like something happens. Like, I don't know. I have all of these scary little thoughts in my head that are telling me that things are going to go wrong. And I'm also having these moments where I feel like things are going to look really good. Even for my first show, it'll be kind of like modest, but I feel like it'll be good. And then people are going to come and support. But I just... Whichever voice, I'm trying to listen to the good voice right now, but it's difficult. The bad one is trying to take over. It's really hard. It's hard to fight it off. Just ask yourself if you would say those negative things to Robin if she were trying to do that. Oh, that's a good one. Oh my gosh, no, I would never say those things. Not at all. Not at all. No, she's a golden, perfect angel. She is so good at drawing. You guys, I guess I don't really have anything right now to show you guys, but like in here. But I have pictures and things like that on my tablet device and somewhere on my Google Drive where I archive all of her stuff. And she is so good at drawing. She draws these faces since like a year ago. She started doing this. She draws these perfectly round faces with two perfectly round circle eyes and a smile. And it's so perfectly proportioned. I swear she's a prodigy. But I'm just a mom who's talking about her kid, but I'm telling you, she draws better than her dad. And he says it himself too. And he's kind of drawn also to compare. But I mean, she's good. She's really good. It'll be amazing and you'll sell lots of stuff. Oh my gosh. It would be a dream come true, honest to God. It would be a dream come true. I'm super nervous. I'm super, super nervous. But yeah, I do. I definitely have those thoughts that you know, those moments where I feel not so confident, but then I have these other moments where it's just overwhelming positivity and things are going to go great and just like almost no fear pretty much. I have those moments as well. So it's kind of like a mixture of just like, it's gonna go well, it's not gonna go well, like, you know how it is. I mean, I know which voice I should be listening to, but man, the negative one does make my stomach turn. Tell ya, it really, really makes my stomach turn sometimes. Just listening to that voice in my head. The mean-spirited one. The evil voice. That you dare not listen to. That's the one that haunts me. Make the mean voice go away. I wish it was that simple. Yes. Yes, it is. It isn't simple, but yeah, it's sometimes when I remind myself that those thoughts really aren't exactly rational. I mean, I don't know if they're rational though. I guess I'll find out by going there, and that's another thing that I'm telling myself to make myself feel like a little bit more confident, is that you don't know until you try. You don't know if that's legit until you actually go and do it. Like, if you can go and do the thing and then you're just there and you force yourself to just be in the situation and don't give yourself the option to back out. You just go and you do it. That's the only way that you can find out if things are gonna go right or well. And if they don't that time, well, who's to say that it's not just a fluke and that you should try again and maybe statistically, for some reason at that time, it should have been a fluke, and but you can turn it around and it can be better. Like, I try to tell myself that it's yeah, okay, so let's see. I wish I could go buy a bunch of your stuff. Of those things that you showed are so cute. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. OPM. Wait, what does that mean? Is that code for something? It's a secret code. I need to break out the cipher. Lemon Fluff has dropped the secret message. Oh no! She dropped the secret message. Too funny. I don't know what that means. But I'm having a good time. Yeah. I mean, it would be really cool. Oh, I typed it by accident. Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Sometimes the chat is like it's kind of fast paced, and sometimes I hit enter too soon because I like forget that hitting enter sends it instead of like making a line break, like an actual enter. So yeah, I mean, you'll see me sometimes if I'm in the chats of like other Twitch streamers. Sometimes I like send it too soon, right? I typed it by accident, right? Yeah, like it's kind of silly. Like I do it kind of a lot. It's just a habit, force a habit. I feel like we all kind of do that sometimes. I've even learned that some of the people who are on Twitch kind of like frequently do it still, and it's just like, it just happens. Yeah. So tonight, I kind of want to make this one a little bit more in the foreground. So I'm going to start adding like a white over here. And then I really want to fix up these trees so that they look better, so they look more legit, like, I gotta more like trees, like actual trees. And I'm just I really feel like this piece, the composition, is coming together the way that I want it to. And I'm pretty happy about that. Pretty happy about that. At least I am, like, I gotta say, I'm super nervous for Saturday. It seriously is making my stomach turn all day. It makes my stomach turn. I can't help it. I really, really hope that people come over to support the things that I make. I think a couple of friends are interested possibly in coming to visit. I might come across people that I know. Maybe. I'm not gonna get my hopes up or make any kind of assumptions because, I mean, I've never seen people really do that at work when I was, you know, working at some of my old jobs. I would occasionally see people stop by that I knew, but just like not really that frequently. And you know, but maybe because it'll be like an event, like a weekend event, that might be treated differently. I have no idea. I've just never done this stuff before. That's really all it is. That's all it comes down to. Yeah. But it would be really neat. I do need to list. So before I go to the event, I need to at least start on listings for everything that's there at that I'm bringing to the show. For my Etsy. So I'll be adding those things to my Etsy, which I should be able to just kind of like add these new listings and touch up some of my older listings that I've kind of like deactivated over time and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, that would be, it's probably something that, I'm just kind of rambling, sorry guys. I'm pretty tired. But yeah, like I'm real stressed out about it. I don't know like if my display is gonna look good. I think it will. So I found some other artists and stuff there, the last one. And something that I noticed while we were there too was that like the last time that we went, it didn't seem like, so we got like the plans, like we got like the map where everybody is stationed at, like where everybody's gonna be set up, and the names of the places. And it looks like there's more shops than there were last time, and food trucks and things like that. So I'm not really entirely sure if it's going to be like a bigger event than the last one that I was at. And I have no idea like how, like if they have busy times or if it's really kind of the way that it was when we last went, because if it's anything like it was then, it was like chill. It was like really chill. When we went as visitors, and I definitely think that I can handle that. But yeah, I just don't know what to expect actually. Who knows? Who even knows? It'll be good, I think. I keep telling myself that, and I also keep worrying. Yeah. I have to make so tonight I still have some stuff that I gotta do before I really get started, but the big ones that I'm working on currently are these wooden wall mount prints. And they're prints, essentially, of, right now, gems of inspiration. And they have resin on them, so they're glossed. They're super duper glossy. But they're on their first coat. and there's definitely more to do here. I have to kind of add like mylar chips to make them like sparkle and look kind of holographic and dimensional. So I'm going to do that tonight. And then I do also have to add the borders on the cute little wood slice ornaments, which I have such a fun time making. I think it's so much fun to like put my art, my dragon art, on these like little wood slices. So that is so inspired by something that I found at something called Wall Drug when I think I was like 16 maybe. Maybe I was 18. I don't remember. When I went to Wall Drug in and the Wisconsin Dells. No, wait. Wall Drug is a different place. I think it's in a different state actually. Yeah, I can't remember. We traveled around a lot. But it's this thing. It's kind of broken in the back, but I just want to show you guys. Oh, we got the technical difficulties camera. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'll probably show you guys right after break. I'm going to go ahead and run a quick ad break. That way we can get 30 minutes of ad-free viewing. So we'll just, we'll run a quick break and we'll reconnect pretty soon here. And maybe ad 3. Alright, you guys, see you soon. Hello? Alright, and where did my music go? Whoa. Hold the phone. Whoa. Alright. I think we're back. That was extremely bizarre. My goodness, I had no idea. I was talking that whole time, and then when I saw, okay, wow, we can hear both now. Okay, thank goodness. That's so odd. Yeah, I truthfully, when I saw your message, it's great to see you. I can't stay up, but wanted to check in on you, my friend. Oh my gosh, Comrade Panda! Hello! Welcome back! Thanks so much for stopping in. You rock! Comrade, it's been a while, hasn't it? You just came back right after some crazy technical difficulties happened, man. My computer just doesn't like me tonight, I guess. But thanks so much for popping in. I'm currently working on a new painting. As you can see, it's fairly new. I think I'm in session 7 right now. So I mean, it feels like the first couple sessions. I guess that I'm getting kind of used to the long, you know, mini sessions, live streams of the really large paintings. I saw OBS was having some issues for you today. Hopefully that's all sorted out. Yes, so that was kind of strange. Yeah, I came back from my break and the mic wasn't working, and Lemon Fluff was kind enough to inform me of that strange error. So I go to fix it, and OBS was frozen. So I was like, I can't even type in the chat that was in OBS. So I pulled it up on my phone, and then I was able to get that working on my phone. So I was able to communicate, but I was over at my computer, so I figured I would just write that note because I was trying to figure out how to unfreeze it. And by some miracle, it just randomly unfroze. So I'm just like, okay, I can work with this. Yeah, gotta love those technical difficulties, right? I mean, sometimes the camera too, like the GoPro itself, disconnects. Craziness. So what you been up to lately, Comrade? It's been a bit, huh? Yeah, I hope you've been well. I hope that you've been well. Have you been streaming lately? I think it's been a while since I've gotten any kind of notifications. Yeah. Hope everything's been good. I hope 2022 has been treating you kindly as well. I do know that you're just popping in and you got some stuff going on. I haven't lately, no. I'm in the middle of trying to change jobs at the moment. Oh, that's a lot of stress. Yeah, I mean, that sounds like you got a lot on your plate as it is. Yeah. Well, no worries, man. I mean, yeah, hit me up next time that you're planning on streaming. It would be really cool that if you do return to it once things, you know, kind of settle down. It'd be cool to know so that, because I can't rely on Twitch to alert me for nothing. So feel free to shoot me a message if you end up getting to that point. That'd be really nice. But yeah, life stress sometimes, it's just a lot of different changes going on. Hopefully your job change goes over really well. Because that's a real big stress right there for sure. Yeah. It is quite a bit to have to deal with. Yeah, right now, things have been pretty stressful, it seems, for a lot of people. But it's good to make changes in your life and make those job switches when you really need to. I'll give you a poke when I do. I'm hoping to do so soon. I just have a lot of stuff I want to do. Yeah, I get you having a lot of projects on your plate at once. Yeah, I totally fully get that. That's, I I try to like not lose my focus on stuff, but like I am extremely ADHD, and so things like there are so many things I want to do that catch my attention, and so it's like I always find myself like not getting focused and doing too much at once to the point that I'm overwhelmed. And I'm sure you know the feeling. I'm sure that's what you're talking about right now. That was my point anyways. Yeah, well hopefully the job change goes over really well. Super well. And it would be really cool that once the dust settles on all that, then you get to streaming and everything like that. It would be really cool to get a little heads up. Cause yeah, I can't rely on Twitch to notify me for nothing, man. Like sometimes I catch people in time, but like holy crap. If I know ahead of time when someone's going to stream, it like really increases the odds that I'm going to be able to make it, because on the fly when I get the notification that it's like just random. Yeah, it would be so cool. So sick. One more note before I crash for tonight before work. I finished college last month. Oh, wow. That is so cool. So you finished college. You graduated. That is super awesome. So I remember you were talking about Python coding. Was that right? Python coding? Were you learning Python? Was that you? I feel like that's real complicated. If nothing else, I can poke you on Discord, on Twitch. Just keep in touch a bit. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I'm around. You know, I'm around. I try to get to everything. I know sometimes I'm kind of like lame and I don't see messages, or I see them and then I get distracted. I'm kind of the squirrel brain, and you can probably tell by the way that I talk. I talk in circles, I go on tangents. I'm just that way, but definitely hit me up and let me know, because I am interested. That would be very cool. All right. I do remember that playlist too. The music playlist. Yeah. I did some coding. It's just for my degree. So what degree are you doing? I know you're going to bed. I'm so sorry. I'm not trying to hold you over or nothing. Just out of plain curiosity. Of course, if that's something that you'd like to talk about next time, that's cool too. When we chat. I got my associates in cyber security. I'm not going past that. That's cool. Cybersecurity, is that right? That's nice. So that's a field I feel like will have or does currently have a lot of demand, and that's one that you would really want to get into right now. That is super cool. Yeah, I mean, I hate school, so I don't blame you not wanting to go past that. 3.53 GPA with honors. I'm big happy. Ooh, that's good. Yo, right on. Well, dude, kudos. Kudos to you, Comrade Panda. That's great. Yeah, you've been busy, huh? So you're switching jobs and everything like that. Well, hopefully I'm hoping that you find something that's really good, that pays really well, and treats you well too. Congratulations on your degree. That is so awesome. Your associates in cybersecurity, that is super cool. That takes the big brains to do, man. You gotta learn coding language, and oh my gosh, oh wow, dude. I would love to learn that kind of stuff. Maybe someday. Maybe someday I would dabble in it. But yeah, like the schooling sounds really hard, in my opinion. All right, well, I'll let you go. Thank you so much for stopping in. It's been a bit, and you've definitely been busy, but you know, life gets busy. And it's good. It's good to be busy. This job switch is the next major step in life. And thank you. Congrats. And, welcome to the next new chapter of your life. Hopefully things just go smooth sailing. Smooth sailing here in 2022. I know it's a lot of stress. I'll say that. But I hope you have a beautiful night. Get some rest. And hopefully your day tomorrow goes super well. Good night, Sunla. I'll poke you again soon. Yay! I'm counting on it. Have a super awesome night. I appreciate you very, very much. Yes. Yes. Very good news. All of that stuff is good news. I love it when there's good news to bring. I know that can't always be possible. Earlier we had some not so positive news. And life happens, man. Life just happens. Sometimes it just kicks you and knocks you right on the butt. And really, what are you gonna do? You kind of just have to grin and bear it sometimes. It just does what it does. And like I said, I mean, I think for a lot of times, I feel like when it rains, it pours. It really, things can get pretty bad all at once. But I'm really, really thinking, and I'm hoping, and I'm believing that this year is going to be better than the last 2 years. The last 2 years have been pretty hard. Pretty hard on a lot of people. And, I don't think that things are going to be perfect or just better overnight. And I really, really think that there's still a lot that just is wrong with like the things like our current times and just all these different things that are just wrong that are happening around us, but I'm a believer that things will improve. Just and I don't mean to have any kind of like toxic positivity mindset. I know a lot of people kind of make assumptions that it's like that, and it's not. Definitely not my intention. I know that it's one thing to me to be really like hopeful for the future and really hoping for the best and kind of trying to see things in a more positive light and to be more optimistic. But it's another thing to kind of just assume everything is okay and that everything's going to be better. There is such thing as like toxic positivity, and that's just kind of not addressing things that are actually wrong and just kind of like, brushing over them or just, saying everything will be okay when things really are in shambles. And it's like, yeah, I mean, I get it. I get that people might be a little bit frustrated that I'm hopeful for 2022. But I am. I think that things are going to kind of improve since the last 2 years, possibly, maybe overall. Not all things, though. I think that some things are definitely going to go down the wrong path or get worse before it can get better. At least here in the United States, some really weird stuff has been going on for the past few years, and it's just chaos, chaos, chaos. And I'm weirded out by the whole pharmacy situation where there's just no pharmacies, like no pharmacy workers. I don't know what's going on. Is there some kind of strike going on? That's something that I never really looked into, that I wanted to look into, that I probably really should. Because it's so strange. Oh, so strange. Yeah. Well, tonight's been pretty cool. I mean, had company from some pretty awesome people. And that's always uplifting. Seriously uplifting. Especially when I'm nervous about my first in-person event. Oh, yes, I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty nerve-wracking. To me, anywho. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this guy his horns. Okay. So I have to remember that he has these horns. Just gonna add that right there. Oh man, I love the Gyarados village music. It's really good. Gerudo, I guess, is what they would maybe call it. Gerudo village. You say Gerudo or do you say Gyarados? I know that when I was a small child, my brother called it Gyarados, so that's just what I always called it. But I think I've heard the pronunciation Gerudo a lot more, so that's probably the correct pronunciation, and we're probably just not really getting the pronunciation right there. I'm willing to place my bets. Alright, nice. So I'm just gonna smooth this out quite a bit. And then we're gonna sharpen this up. Here we are. Sharpen up this lovely little reflection of a wing. Very cool. Okay. My goodness, I'm so nervous. I need to make a checklist of all of the things that I need to have and get before I go to my first event. Oh my gosh, I'm super nervous. Super nervous. For anybody that is interested in that might be listening in time, you are not too late if you're in Arizona. The information and details on the event are on my Facebook page, on my Soma Studio Facebook page. That's where I have the event listed. I also had the information for it in the last live stream from last week, so session 6 contained information in my little Soma's dialogue. And I will also be adding the information tonight in some updates, so that's where I will be adding that info, and also the next live stream info, because I will be postponing tomorrow night's live stream. I won't be doing it tomorrow night, and that is because I need my rest and I need to be able to learn how to put up the the booth. I need to learn how to assemble everything. And then I also need to learn how to put all of my merchandise up and have a checklist of all the things I need to bring. I need to have charged up stuff. I need to have an external charger as well. I need to have all of those things ready on the fly because it's important. I'm going to be outside for 5 hours. It'll be nice. It'll be great. But yeah, I need to be prepared and I need to be well rested. And I need to have my coffee in that morning too. Like, it's just gonna be... Gosh, I'm super excited. I really, really am. It's just gonna go pretty well, I think. Okay, so I just need to... Oh. So I'm just kind of like making these trees in the background blend in, and we're just gonna kind of use like the atmospheric perspective, aka when things are further away into the distance. They have a lower contrast in for this because there's so much blue and kind of like toward the center of the painting. A lot of it is like really, really blue or violet. I'm going to try to make the trees in the back a little bit more blue and violet. Probably just blue mostly. A lot of our warmer colors are kind of, well, at the top and the bottom of the painting, and then also we have the blue violet on this sky, because of the reflection of the ambient lights. Yeah. So I'm thinking I want to make this darker actually, like right here. I would like to make it darker. We will do that. Yes, we shall. I think it'll also help to go ahead and spray down the canvas. It is pretty helpful to be able to do that. Nice little spritz. Helps a lot. Okay. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and I gotta adjust my shoulder strap to make sure that it doesn't fall off my shoulder. Now that would kind of suck. I think it would. Okay, here we go. The blending is so much easier now. This is what I needed. Right here. That's totally what I needed. Okay. So yeah, so I need this to kind of blend like this. And then I need... There we go. Okay. I need that blue to kind of come through here. And I need this to kind of... Yeah. That tree right there, that's going to be in front of this tree. Right here. So we're gonna have to make that adjustment. I think it would be good to do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some white. There we are. There we go. Very good. Okay, we start to kind of like add a little bit of texture onto that tree. I think that if I use some whites, it if I could just see around my camera. That's an extra challenge, right? You don't ever think about it, but like the cameras themselves are obstructions. See, I didn't really ever think of that when I got myself my first tripod and set up this easel. This wonderful easel that I got from Lemon Fluff. Yeah, because oh wow. Actually, no, that's good right there. That's totally okay. Yeah, you don't really ever think about like easels and like how you have to keep them stationary, and then also like with cameras themselves, like they become kind of like their own obstacles themselves too. Like it's challenging working around the tripod. Yeah. Wow, these trees are just difficult for me right now. I guess it's because I'm a little bit tired. Maybe I should take a moment to have some delicious coffee. I'm worried about going into another break screen because of how weird my computer is. How strange that it's acting with the audio and everything. Sometimes the microphone just disconnects. I wonder if it's like the version of OBS. Maybe like OBS has some bugs right now. Because that didn't used to be an issue, but it seems to have become an issue. If that makes sense. It just seems like it has. I don't remember that ever being an issue before until kind of recently. So, you know. Just a guess. Just guessing over here. You never know. Suppose that you never know. I think we're on to something here. I do think that it needs to be a little bit darker. In fact, I'm trying to look at the two different sides here. I feel like it kind of actually needs to be a little bit darker, like these both. So this one in particular, probably even more dark. I'll probably have to add some cyan in that, honestly. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but I feel like it's working. How I live my life, right? Like, I just fumble until I end up with the result that I want. You know, Bob Ross, happy accidents, all that fun stuff. That's how it feels, though. I'm telling you. Alright, so I do have to kind of add some, like, cyan, just a tiny bit of cyan to this tree here. We kind of have to, like, make it blend a little bit. We gotta do this with this tree right here. Just a little bit of cyan. Just kind of gonna spread it really thin here. I mean, I think it would help if I like spritz the canvas in this particular spot more, maybe. Maybe I don't need to. I am not really sure. Seems like it works out okay. Okay, interesting, interesting. I think I can work with that. Alright. My workshop smells. It reeks of chemicals right now. It absolutely reeks of chemicals. But I'm making some pretty fun things. I'm super, super excited about this. I'm really glad that Lemon Fluff told me about that weird audio issue. My gosh, I could have just talked forever without having any realization that anything went wrong. It's so strange that that's been happening. It's not even the first time that it's happened. It seems to happen after some breaks. Ad breaks and such. It's very strange. Okay. Alright, and then also, something I need to probably work on to get my mind off of the trees, the freaking trees. I'll probably work on them some more another time. And there's my little tiny ad. So I'll probably end up working on those a little bit more, maybe next time. At least I've kind of tackled some of the atmospheric perspective that I needed to. So just to kind of make that stuff look like it's going into the background a little bit better. I do need to kind of render out his tail better. What else do I need to do? I kind of also was thinking about like how do you line the feet so that it looks like the snow is crunching up against the feet? And I have been having some ideas as to what to do. I've never done this before, so I don't know what I'm doing. But here goes nothing. Dragon lapel pins are in my shop. If you like dragons and would like to support my art, I'd love to send one your way. Yes, that is how I feel, truly and honestly. I really am attached to that pin design. I came up with that design thinking of stained glass and the visual qualities of stained glass and just kind of how it looks. Like, I just really like the aesthetic of stained glass. Stained glass, like, things. Like, you ever see those stained glass things that people make where it's just like an ornament sort of thing and you hang it from somewhere, like by your window or something? Not necessarily like a stained glass full window or something like that, but I mean, those are freaking cool too, but they're gaudy as heck. I do like stained glass, like windows, but I'm talking about like those little stained glass ornament things that people make. They're big and they're hanging and they're decorative and they're awesome. Well, I just really am kind of inspired by the look of those things. Light Catcher, that's the name. Yes, Light Catcher. I haven't actually heard the name of it since my great-grandma passed. So, like, she had a lot of them, and she had a lot of really cool light catchers, like different types of light catchers. Yeah, she was collecting stuff like that, and those types of things were really cool. I really liked seeing the stuff that she had. It's been ages since I've heard the name for that, because I don't think I really know anybody that collects those things, but they're beautiful and they're fascinating. They're very cool. But yeah, like, I'm thinking maybe I can mark that so that I know what I'm doing with it. Yeah. Anyhow, totally. That's what it is. And so, yeah, I'm just really inspired by the way that those things look and are really, really pretty. Just the stained glass aesthetic of it. It's very, very pretty. So it was something that I really wanted, like I want to be able to make a stained glass light catcher at some point. Unfortunately, I kind of lack the space in my workshop for any new workstations or like more materials that I don't yet have, especially as cumbersome as glass and glass cutters and soldering tools. So I think that's something that I'm going to hold off on for now. But you know, it's definitely on my radar for like later down the line. Just definitely something I'm thinking about. So that would be really cool to do. But anyways, I was really inspired by the way that that looked. And so I was thinking I wanted to make a design. Like I was just like, I want to make a design that looks like this. That looks like stained glass, with the aesthetic of it and the way that everything's connected together. And got a notification apparently. Yeah, I don't know what that is, but anyways, yeah, so I was just really inspired by the way that they look, and I wanted to make something of my own, even though I can't like make actual stained glass projects in my workshop. That's okay, because I can still be inspired by stained glass aesthetics and still kind of design something that might look similar. So I tried to make some little like ornaments and things that that would resemble stained glass. Unfortunately, I did not get anywhere with that. It was actually really incredibly hard for me to like try to make something that's like resin or plastic that looks like that, when you'd think it'd be like simple and easy. It just really wasn't. I have a bunch of failed projects in my workshop that I like had to get rid of and give away and stuff. I might even have some in a box somewhere still, where I was really trying to create like some resin creation that would look like one of those little like light catchers, like a stained glass light catcher. And yeah, I mean, it just didn't go over too well. As you can tell, I haven't actually successfully made one yet. And I say yet because I think that I will, because I still have ideas. I just don't quite have all the stuff for it yet. So yeah, I mean, it'll be good though, once I finally get it figured out. I was thinking if I can make some kind of thing that's like just the outline or just the frame of the dragon, if I can just make that, then I can fill in the other parts with colored resin. And but I would be able to make something that's similar, but it's just made of resin, not glass. But that also gives me the freedom to have more intricacy in the artwork. So you don't have to cut glass for this, for what I intend to do, which definitely gives you a lot more creative freedom and a lot easier of a time making things look nice. I mean, it just, you know, you don't have those jagged, rigid cuts, and you know, you don't have to cut through the glass perfectly along a path and fit them together. I'm sure I could do that, but like it sounds so much harder to do, especially if you ruin the glass. Imagine you've got just the right cuts of glass and you slice them just right and they break. Makes sense, yeah. Yeah, so you essentially, from my understanding, how you make something like that is you buy a whole bunch of glass. There's like different textures, different colors, of different types of glass, and like just kind of picking up a palette or specific glass that you want to use for different sections. Like basically you can make yourself a template, and or you could just download one from online. People make them where you can have like a stencil. So you set down the glass pieces, and for each different one that you want for like a specific shape, like one of the cutouts, it's basically just you have to take a glass cutter tool and you have to cut along it. You have to like secure it down onto the table somehow, on top of the thing, and because it's glass you can see right through, and then you should be able to slice along the path, and you do that for each one of the shapes, the pieces inside, and then you have to get like wire of some kind of alloy. I think a lot of times people use like copper or some other kind of alloy, and then you have to solder it together. Yeah, and solder it together. Yeah, exactly. And it's just it's just like a whole thing, and I just don't have the space for it. I like, my work tables are filled up with all kinds of stuff. I do a lot in here as it is, but I think it would be really cool to make like some resin ones. And you know, maybe someday I'll have an expanded workshop and have more stuff going on, be able to do that later down the line, but that's not really anytime soon. Unless I work some things to where it's like I move things around and I'm able to. That's very possible. That's something that can happen. Just, yeah. Not super likely right now anyways. Yeah, here we go. I don't know why I'm getting back into the trees. I'm just really like having a struggle focusing on what I'm doing. So I've got to do the tail. I've got to kind of start on some of this tail up here. Okay. Do need more white. Here we go. Right here. Something kind of like that, but I feel like it's just not quite sharp enough. Not the way that I want it exactly. So I'm definitely going to have to sharpen his tail. I'll make it look a little bit sharper. Here we go. Need a darker color, probably this ultramarine mixed with the cyan. Goodness, I'm so nervous. I'm nervous for the event. Really, really nervous. It'll be really cool though. Like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be great. But I'm also really nervous. I'm scared things are gonna go wrong. Like, oh no you don't, brain. You don't tell me things are gonna go wrong, because they're gonna go perfectly well. Perfectly well. I do fight with those thoughts where I just feel like I'm not gonna be good enough. But I think it'll go well. Alright, so let's go ahead and I'm just going to use this white to outline this tail right here. Use that white to kind of create like this sharp line. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And so he's going to have kind of like this ice shard sort of tail. The ice, the sky, the dragon, the trees. This painting is really fantastic, by the way. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I love it. Thank you. That means so, so much to me. I'm really, really trying hard to get the vision from my brain out onto the canvas. I can never seem to get it exactly right, but I just am gonna keep trying anyway. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep trying. And you know what? That's kind of how it is with every single project of mine. It never comes out exactly the way that's in my head, but I have to try, and I try really, really hard, and I get something else, but I kind of am good with it, you know? I'm good with the outcome, even though it's not exactly what's in my head. It's so good. Thank you so much. You love it. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I really appreciate you. I seriously do. You're so amazingly supportive in my creative endeavors. And I just love that I'm surrounded by such cool people that actually support the stuff that I want to do. You know what I mean? Like, I used to draw dragons so much. I mean, that's just one of the things that has never changed about me. I'm obsessed with dragons. I love them. They're wonderful. And yeah, it's just fascinating. And so I have to get them out of my head, you know? I see the dragons in my head. They're like these crazy deities and things that are just, they're like majestic and they're really cool. Their scales they're fierce. They've got scales, they've got claws, they've got horns, and they've got graceful bodies. And it's just like, that's just what I see in my brain piece. I see dragons. Like, I can think of a dragon deity for anything. And it's just infinite dragons in my head. So I have to get them out. I mean, I realize that that's just something that I need to do in life. So, like, way back in the day, my first pet snake, I got him when I was 7, and I named him, what do you think I named him? Just take a really wild guess. I was, when I turned 7 for my 7th birthday, I got a pet snake. And I named him, drumroll please, named him Dragon. Of course. Snakey! Jinx! We said the same thing. No, I'm just kidding. But you want to know the most hilarious thing? Yeah, I named him Dragon because, you know, dragons are cool, and I was already collecting dragons when I was 7, so like I collect dragon things. Of course, I don't have like a massive collection or anything. I have a pretty modest collection, I think, for someone who's been collecting dragons since they were 7, but like, yeah, I mean, Dragon, he was super cute, but you know what's so funny is, like, my first name choice was Cupcake for my snake. My first name choice was Cupcake, and I really insisted I wanted to name him Cupcake. And my parents wouldn't let me name him Cupcake, and it made me so mad. They said he's a snake. You can't name him Cupcake. That's a foo-foo name. That's a name for like dogs and stuff. I was like, I was crushed by it, but you know, it didn't take me too long to find a different replacement name, and I felt like Dragon would be a really good name. I feel like for him, the name Valentino also would have been very suitable, and I say that because he was such a cute corn snake. He was pink, and he had this weird looking heart shape on his head. Like he had like a little, you know, outline on his head that looked like a heart. And he was pink and he had a heart on his head. I mean, what? Like what? He was just super cute. I should have named him Cupcake, you know? Come on. Come on, parents. Don't be so stinky. Let me name the snake Cupcake. Anyways, he was super cute and I named him Dragon because I love dragons. They're super fierce and I've always collected them and they're just awesome. I mean, I feel like they're criminally underrated too. I mean, probably because everybody just sees dragons like, you know, it's just like they see them on the shelves, you know, they're just like there's kind of a common, it's like the most common mythical creature or beast or whatever. And, but I don't know, I always thought they were so cool. And so I've always had like fascinations with like lizards and reptiles and birds and things like that. So, you know, it's just fitting that I really like dragons. It just makes sense. This becoming my niche was almost just inevitable, is what I'm trying to say. It's from an early age. I was obsessed with dragons. They were just like, and I would draw them all the time, of course. And even like in college, I remember I just would daydream and just draw and doodle dragons all day. Like, I was just not really, I was not your A+ star student. I got the job done, but, you know, I just didn't really try that hard. My mind was always wandering. Always had to draw on my papers. Always. It's just, what are you gonna do? That's what are you gonna do? This is what happens. What happens when you're super unfocused and pretty ADHD like myself. Yeah, I'm excited though. I'm excited that I am kind of making some progress on this thing. We've got another hour and I just don't know what I'm gonna do with this other hour. Because right now my brain's kind of like going in a different direction. I might like cut the stream like short by like a half an hour or something just so that I can get working on the stuff on my work table a little bit more. It's quite possible. My mind is there. My mind is over there. As opposed to on this dragon right now. And that's because I have to get that stuff done and I'm pretty nervous about it. Just, you know, just thinking a lot, I guess. My mind is wandering. As it does, my mind is in fact wandering. Okay, so I'm gonna add that there. In fact, yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring this down here. And we're going to sharpen up his little spear tail. Yeah, I love dragons. Just the past the obsession. And there are certain dragon artists that are like really, really good. And they're older folks, of course. But I really look up to them. I had a teacher in high school who was a dragon sculptor. He sculpted dragons. He was the ceramics teacher. And for whatever reason, he didn't like me. I don't know. He was pretty mean to me, man. He like assumed the worst of me. I mean, I was a difficult kid because I was going through a pretty tough time, and I also struggled with my confidence. So because I was pretty indirect when I would talk to him, and I was also kind of scared to look him in the eyes because I was just kind of a little bit of a damaged individual who couldn't look at people in the eyes. I think he just assumed I was a bad kid. I don't know why. I guess that would be it. I guess that's the impression that I gave off. I don't know. Either way, wonder how that dude's doing. Hope he's doing well, even though he didn't treat me all that nice. He didn't really know anything about me. It wasn't his fault. Oh my gosh, there goes the ad again. I have collectibles. Herb Dragon enamel pins are in my shop. Grabbing one is a great way to support my art while getting yourself something nice. I have to read off the script. Maybe I should do that every single time now. Lemon Fluff already did that. And she left a 5-star review. Thank you for doing that. You are so sweet and thoughtful. I have to make more ads. That's the only one I have of my own stuff. I have to make different things. The masks, the prints, the masks, the prints. What was I going to say? I was going to say something, and then I completely forgot what I was going to say. Right. Yes. Okay, so the stuff that I'm going to be adding in my shop pretty soon is the stuff that I'm going to have ready for the show. So there will be, everything should be synced up. I'm going to try to sync it with my Etsy. I'm going to try. Yes, I think that's what I should do. Okay, let's add some white to this. Try and get this lightened up just a bit. Actually. There we are. Okay. Oh, looks like we got technical difficulties on our camera once again. I'll probably run a... Actually... Yeah, okay. I'm thinking I'll probably run a pretty quick ad and maybe continue on until my paints dry up. So I don't think it'll be too long now, so I'll probably do another really quick break. The one with my little Pecco. And then I will see you guys shortly. with a working camera. There it is. Yes. Okay, so I'm thinking I'll probably continue on for a little bit until my paints dry up. I'm not going to re-up on any paints. I'm just going to continue on through the evening. And then, yeah, we'll just, we'll wrap it up then at that time. Looks like my paints are kind of drying up pretty bad. It's alright, because it's not. Yes, alright, so it looks like the mic's working still. That was something that I kind of wanted to check on after the break, because I never know right now. I got trust issues with you, OBS. OBS, you cause problems. That's all I gotta say. Yeah. It's kind of frustrating when the technical difficulties kind of really have their way with whatever goes on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like right up against the line over here, just like I kind of need to do. I just need to kind of like darken up some of this area and also get rid of some of that canvas that's like showing through, because we have too much canvas showing that it's actually gonna be hard to work with if I don't cover it now. I think that it will be important for later for me to kind of like do this with this arm. Maybe not that bright, but something similar to that. Okay. And I gotta get like the white to cooperate there. It's just kind of not. It just kind of blobbed on there. Oops, I guess. Okay, so let's go ahead and mix that with some of this, and then I can work with this and then darken that up quite a bit. And if I do it like this, it'll really get on there. I hear some dogs barking outside, although I think it's probably too faint to be picked up on the mic, which is good, because I don't want to broadcast dogs barking. Yes, I do hear those dogs out there. They aren't ours. We're probably the only people that don't have dogs. It's a choice. It's a choice, an active choice that we make. I am more of a bird person, if you couldn't tell. Yeah. It's probably pretty noticeable. Yeah, I don't think I could hide it if I wanted to. Okay. Use a little bit of this darker color. Oh my gosh. This paint hates me tonight. Oh my gosh. It really, really does. Dude. Okay, so let's make ourselves a nice deep violet. Yeah, kind of similar to that leg over there. So I'm also, in other news, working on a time lapse for Gems of Inspiration, which is super exciting. really grown to like that painting. At first I wasn't really sure how I felt about it, but it's grown on me. I admittedly care about it now. I do. It's true. I mean, you could say I cared about it before, but like, I don't know. I was just not really as attached to it, I think, as I was with like my other paintings, I think. But it's kind of really grown on me, and I think that's like I set it as my profile picture on Facebook, so I suppose that's proof enough that I'm kind of more attached to it now. Okay, so that looks kind of ridiculous, but I'm sure that I can fix that up eventually. The paint's just too dry to work with. It's kind of bad. But that's okay. I'm thinking probably at 12:30 we'll probably wrap things up. Just kind of cut it short. That way I can get to working on the stuff that's waiting on my work table. Yes. It's a pretty quiet evening. Anyways, and tomorrow night, I am not going to stream. So, don't wait for me or anything. Because I won't be streaming tomorrow. I'll be really busy getting ready for the event on Saturday. Which I'm really hoping that it's going to become something that's like not even a big deal, that it's going to be something that I will be able to talk about like it was cake, like it was easy. I want to be able to talk about it like it was just super easy. So here's to hoping, I guess, right? Here's to hoping. Okay, let's add this. There we go. I kind of have to figure out how like snow is going to end up looking crunched against his feet. You know, my paints are super dry. I hate doing this. I hate calling it a night super early. But I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. My paints are like practically unworkable right now. So I think I'm probably just going to go ahead and call it a night. And I'm getting pretty tired and I still got stuff to do. So yeah, so I think that I'm going to go ahead and get to work on that stuff. Perhaps next time, if I'm like prepared for it, I mean, just let me know what you guys think. But like if you're watching from YouTube or if you're in the chat right now, just let me know if you're interested in seeing like the actual process of the things that I like, the project table and the things that I work on, because I would love to share that kind of stuff. I have no problems sharing everything that I do and how I do it. Yeah, so that could be a really fun stream. It could be a really fun thing that we can do one of these times. Unfortunately, I just wasn't prepared for it this time, but you know, maybe there will be another time that I can be prepared for it. In fact, perhaps even the next stream. So yeah, I mean, that's just something to look forward to in the future, I think. Alright, my dears. I hope you have a super amazing night. I'm cutting it short. Yeah, I'll catch you next time. I think that because I'm not streaming tomorrow, I'll probably end up actually streaming Saturday night into Sunday, or possibly Sunday night, depending. But I'm definitely postponing it. I gotta get my sleep. I'm so sorry, but I got sleep. All right, you guys, have a super good night.